Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer. I woke up today to apparently an interview by Phil Spencer, and they went over, and it does look like he has, in some way, shape, or form, responded to what's going on with, the Indiana Jones thing, games going to PlayStation. I did watch it one time. I was half asleep, so I really haven't heard it like really good because you know how it is when you half asleep. So I figured, let's make a video on this, man. This individual has done a lot for the Xbox brand, and even though I don't agree with the way they're heading, I don't think it's the right move, and I don't think it's good for anyone, especially Xbox. I don't believe the majority of the issues is falling on one person. I think for the most part, it's one of those things where it's like, look, from what I remember, he said it in here. We took a lot of money from Xbox, from Microsoft, and they want their money back. And it doesn't seem like Microsoft cares how they get that money back. They'll essentially destroy the whole Xbox brand if that's what it takes to get that money back. I regret the ABK, and I've never really been 100% on the ABK thing. You guys remember I've made videos that's just essentially saying I wish it was, Sega. I feel like that would have been a better target. Yeah, hell, even if they give them like $10 billion. I think that's probably overpaying for Sega, but it's definitely more overpaying than they did for ABK. Look, at the end of the day, what's going on with Xbox is a unique situation that I don't think we'll ever see. Could work out for them. Could not. I don't know. I will say that in the industry, this has never really happened. One company hasn't owned 3 publishing arms and also own a platform. Let's get into the video, and then we'll talk about what it said. So as you can see, here it is. Normally what I would do is I would use this. I guess we could use this. Yeah, let's do it.
Going to the PlayStation announcement, obviously last spring, we launched 4 games, 2 of them on the Switch, 4 of them on PlayStation, and we said we're going to learn. We said we'd watch, and I think at Showcase I might have said from our learning we're going to do more. Mm-hmm. What I see when I look is our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been.
Amazing.
So I look at it and I say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. And we run a business. Like, it's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of the delivery that we have to give back to the company. Because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing in what we're able to go do. So I look at this, how can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow, both on console, on PC, and on cloud. And I think it's just going to be a strategy that works for us. And the last thing I'll probably say is I think as an industry right now, there's a lot of pressure on the industry. It's been growing for a long time, and now people are looking for ways to grow. And I think that us as fans, as players of games, we just have to anticipate there's going to be more change in how some of the traditional ways that games were built and distributed. That's going to change. That's going to change for all of us. But the end result has to be better games that more people can play. If we're not focused on that, I think we're focused on the wrong things. So for us as Xbox, health of Xbox, health of our platform, and our growing games.
All right, so let's go over what he said. First thing I want to bring up is, the comment he's saying in terms of the industry's changing, adapt or just complete getting upset over and over again. I want people to put in the comment section below, who else is doing this? I hear so many people saying, Addict, the industry's changing. I don't really see people doing this. Now, obviously, we could talk about, PlayStation bringing their games to PC. And I guess, Xbox did that a long time ago. I wouldn't consider that part of the industry changing. To me, this is just corporate greed. This is, we want to make a couple more billions on what we generate every year. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if this is one of those scenarios where this is the only way that the Xbox brand can survive, then I would be a little bit more open to it. But I don't think that's the case. He's talking about the franchises on here. Our franchises have grown to another level. Well, yeah, a lot of your big franchises are on other platforms. Sea of Thieves, uh, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76. We haven't really seen anything in terms of the other ones like Elder Scrolls Online, or I mean, any type of Elder Scrolls game. They did have Starfield, and I would say that was a success to them, even though that, I personally was disappointed with some of the aspects of that game. There is a lot of things that's going on that I can understand where he's coming from on this. And a lot of that is because of the going multi-plat kind of scenario. Now, when he's talking about the hardware, we have more people on Xbox than ever. I don't agree with him on that. And the reason I don't agree with him is because, sure, there might be more people than ever, but how many of those people are actually playing your games? How many of those people are actually playing the experiences that you offer in Game Pass? If you go look and you look at the most played games on Xbox Live, 9 times out of 10, Microsoft only owns like one of them. Maybe two now because of Call of Duty. But they're never going to do nothing with that. Minecraft and Call of Duty are going to be on every platform regardless what goes on. They're always going to be on PlayStation. And especially Minecraft. Minecraft's always going to be on the Switch too. Like, that's not necessarily saying the growth of your hardware. I will say that multiplats bring a huge, sizable amount of people. What they're essentially fighting over is the casual audience, and they're all playing the Xbox One generation and the PS4 generation because games like Fortnite, games like Minecraft, games like Call of Duty, they're not only current gen, they're also past gen. Those are the people that you're fighting over, and to me, you're hurting yourself because you're going to get to the point where people are going to start upgrading. GTA 6, whatever the next Call of Duty is, because I assume they're going to cut that off eventually. These big games that are coming out are going to get people to migrate over to next gen. We've seen it with NCAA college football. Now that is a weird situation. It's not. It's unique because this particular game has been away for a long time, so you can't use that to every concept. But a football game, a college football game, sold a lot of consoles. Now, my fear is he might be talking about how many people is playing this, how many people is playing that. What happens when GTA 6 comes out and the perception on the console is so bad that no one goes out and buys it? Did you guys see how many they sold last holiday? If they sell worse this holiday, and the next quarter they sell worse than the previous quarter, of the Q1 of last year, what makes you think Microsoft's just going to continue to front the bill when we've seen nothing but them cutting costs to save money? If something's not making the money, they will cut it. And my issue with this whole scenario is the lack of caring for the people that's under your ecosystem. When you sit there and you look, and maybe I'm just tripping, put in the comment section below if you guys think I'm overreacting. I'm an Xbox influencer. I make a lot of Xbox content. Sure, I make a little bit of everything, but for the most part, my core content is Xbox. I got a PlayStation here, and I got a PC right here, and a Switch right here. I play Xbox way more. The only reason this is on is because of Wukong. And you put me in a situation where I'm unsure if I should be investing anymore into your ecosystem. Because you won't stand up for your core audience, but you'll give the games that you do incentivize people to play on Xbox to a platform that has no problem taking away from your audience. I can't play Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox, even though I don't like that game. I can't play Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth on Xbox. Forspoken, even though I didn't like that game. The point is while you're still putting up an illusion that you're still trying to compete, you're really not. You're putting your arms down. And it wouldn't be an issue if everyone would put their arms down. But Phil, you're the only one putting your arms down. No PlayStation game within reason's coming on Xbox. No PlayStation game as a games of service is coming on Xbox. Even Concord, which is not looking that good at all. The amount of people that was playing the open beta test was abysmal. They're still not probably going to put that on Xbox. You got something like the Helldivers 2. Phenomenal success. Mainly at games as a service, and guess what, Phil? Not on Xbox. Wulong is not coming to Xbox because of technical issues that your team decided to make when it came to making the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X. Baldur's Gate 3 from last year. One of the biggest icons that happened last year. One game of the year. Phil, it wasn't until December that you got that game. You can't look at me with a straight face and sit there and tell people things are changing. Yeah, things are changing. More games are missing your platform that's relevant than getting on your platform that's relevant. And you mean to tell me the games you can control, you're sitting over to other companies knowing that they do not care about your consumers. This isn't about who gets what or what gets what. PlayStation would never allow someone like Jeff Keighley, and it's not necessarily Jeff himself, he wouldn't allow anyone, they wouldn't allow anyone at any event to come out there openly and say something's coming out to their competitors before it at least gets released on their platform. You know, you have done nothing. This team has done nothing but push people to other places. PC, PlayStation, Switch, and you get nothing in return. At the end of the day, like I said, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if this is going to work out for them. It could work out for them. We have never seen a console manufacturer own this much of the industry. But also, if you want it to succeed, you're going to have to start being transparent, Phil. You're going to have to start answering hard questions. You go on these shows like IGN, and I assume IGN interviewed him at Gamescom too. I don't know. And I'm just assuming, and this is just speculation, I don't know, that out of all the questions they can ask you, it's always some softball questions. I assume the PR of Microsoft, and rightfully so, that's their job to protect the brand, is telling these companies, like, look, you can have Phil on, but these are the areas we kind of want you to stay away from. You can ask general questions in these areas, but don't follow up and target any of the answers. And they're clearly doing it. So it's just like you are being non-transparent on purpose. You are saying stuff like, we didn't lie. We just said that Indiana Jones and Starfield wasn't one of these 4 games. That's all we did. We didn't say it was never coming. You are right. By the law of the land and by the technicality, you didn't lie. But that's not the way your consumer base, that's not the way the gaming industry, gamers, and that's not the way Twitter is going to perceive that. You told a statement in a way that gave you plausibility. You didn't have to come out openly and say anything. I said it, that he only said those first 4 games, but for the most part, you didn't really lie. You just made it open enough to where you can wiggle your way out if you needed to in the future. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter how we want this. It doesn't matter. But one thing I will say is Xbox has to do better on being transparent. If you're going to be multi-plat, be multi-plat. If you're going to have some strategic plan where some games go to PlayStation, some games don't, do that. But let your consumers know so they can determine whether or not they want to rock with you. Don't edge them all day, Phil. Don't feed us half stories so you can use the other half that you didn't say and say, I didn't lie 6 months later. Knowing you didn't lie, but you weren't completely honest either. You know, I'm kind of curious how long it took to make Indiana Jones a port for the PlayStation 5. So it could have arguably been in development when you made those statements. I don't know. But anyway, put in the comment section below what you guys feel about this. Do you feel that something's going on here? You know, I kind of went on a little rant. you know, mad love for Phil. You know, regardless how this goes down, there wouldn't be an Xbox without Phil. And I do 100% believe that the higher ups are saying, yo, we put all this money down on ABK. We want that money back. And a lot of this is not in Phil's control. But still, even though it's not in your control, the least you can do is just be transparent and be honest with your fan base, with the consumers that invest onto your ecosystem. Because at this point, I'm debating on if there's even a next gen. Sarah Bond said they were going to talk about hardware this year, and we still haven't done it, and it's damn near in September. But when you put the comment section below what you guys feel about that. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You can always sub to the channel for weekly content. We make weekly content on here. And don't forget to go over there and follow me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. I also have a YouTube channel that I do streaming. We talk about daily gaming topics. We're definitely going to be talking about this today. You guys have a great day. Peace. Oh my gosh, it's crazy, guys.